want to gain even more Stardust in Pokemon GO? Well, today I'll share with you guys on how to actually gain even more Stardust with a certain item in Pokemon GO. Alright, so hi to all of you guys. So yeah, first thing first though, I would say that Stardust is the most important resource or commodity in this game, Pokemon GO. And I would say that in order to obtain Stardust, there are various ways of obtaining it. Today I'll share with you guys one of the ways to actually get it, and I'll show you guys how. Alright, so let's go to bring my screen up. And I'll show you guys under items first of all. So under items, we have various items from medicine all the way to Pokeballs, including berries. So for berries wise, I would say that a lot of people may or may not use it to catch Pokemon. I personally do not use the berries all the time to catch Pokemon. Instead, I use it on one very important thing. And there's a reason for why I do that. There are two reasons in fact. So let's go to my medal and check out the Berry Master medal over here. So I have 1,913,840 berries fed. So the reason why I actually use my berries for the gym is because I want to increase this medal, the Berry Master, to try and increase it to as high as possible. So I like seeing the number go up. Another reason is because every time when you feed berry to the Pokemon in the gym, you actually get Stardust. How much Stardust though? Well, I'll show you guys and tell you guys how we can utilize that and how we can do it in a more efficient manner. So for those of you who have been discarding your berries, well, you've just wasted Stardust, which is not ideal. Of course, you can use it to, help yourself to catch Pokemon much easier or get yourself extra, candies of the Pokemon. But if you do not need the candies for any specific Pokemon, your berries is like stocking out like crazy. Like right now, you guys can see my item bag is 9 away from hitting to the cap, 5 away from hitting the cap. Alright, and I have my Go Plus Plus spinning the Pokestop for me. Alright, passively. As I'm here still talking to you guys, I don't have to spin the Pokestop at all. My item bag is going to clog up, so I can get rid of about like 200 plus or 300 plus berries if I wish to. So how I can do that is dropping into the gym. So there are a few ways to do it. One is you guys can see I am literally next to a red gym, and that's the team I'm on. You guys can see I am Team Valor. So if you are Team Mystic, which is the blue team, you then have to go to a blue gym. If you are Team Instinct, you then have to go to a yellow gym. You can then also take down the gym and then slot your Pokemon in, which then I'll share with you guys another method on how we can actually remote feed the gym. So if you're next to the gym, your own color gym, you then tap on the gym, you then tap on any of the Pokemon over here that is, basically any other people's Pokemon. You then can go ahead to drop the berry in. So each berry takes about 1.6 to 1.8 seconds to feed. You then can feed 10 berries for one Pokemon, alright, and you can feed a total of 10 different Pokemon every 30 minutes. So means if you were to feed one berry for the Blissey and I feed one berry on, like say the Gardevoir, and I feed one berry, if I feed 10 different Pokemon just one berry, it means that I cannot feed another 11th one until 30 minutes later. And the max number of berries you can feed per Pokemon is 10. So if you feed 5 on each 10 of the Pokemon, you then can feed a total of 50 berries. So you guys can see also, as I'm feeding the berries, I'm getting a Stardust on the top right of the screen. Each berry is worth 30 Stardust. Okay, even if I were to use, alright, the best berry possible, which is the golden raspberry or the silver raspberry, alright, a silver raspberry, wow, silver pineapple berry, Brandon silver raspberry, that's a new berry. Okay, so I'll show you guys over here. Even if I use the golden raspberry right now, it heals the Pokemon health up to 100, but I get 30 Stardust per feed. Or even if I use the silver pineapple berry also, I get 30 Stardust per feed. Now it goes up from 150 to 180 Stardust. Alright, so per feed you get 30. It's not plus 180 then plus 210. No, that's not how it works. Okay, but if you want to get even more Stardust, you can put down a star piece. Okay, and now that we have put down a star piece, I'll show you guys the star piece just in case you guys didn't see it. The star piece over there is at the bottom of the incense. Okay, the icon there. And if we now feed the berry, okay, we get 45 Stardust per feed, which basically is 1.5 times because star piece increases your Stardust gain by 1.5 times. So you can feed 10 Pokemon, 10 berries each. That is 100 berries fed every half an hour, which if you multiply that by 30 Stardust per feed, that is 3,000 Stardust per berry, per session, sorry. Or if you have a star piece on, it's 4,500, which is a lot, especially if you're gonna add up, over time. And with 6 Pokemon being the gym, you can feed a total of 1,800 Stardust or 2,700 Stardust if you actually have a star piece on. Okay, so it adds up over time. I know you guys might be thinking to yourself, hey Brandon, it's only 30 Stardust, it's only 30 Stardust, it's better than discarding the berries away. and getting rid of it. So that's one way of feeding the gym. So there's another way, there are a few ways that you can actually so-called remote feed the gym. So if I were to tap on this particular gym over here that's far away from me, I cannot feed it because I do not have a Pokemon in the gym that belongs to me. So you guys can see none of these Pokemon are mine. But even if I have a Pokemon that belongs to me, that's inside, say for example, if I did slot the Blissey in and I tap on a gym like this, I cannot remote feed. So there are three ways to remote feed. One is you can go to your daily over here. Okay, scroll to the bottom and you can see that I have some Pokemon that are in the gym. Okay, there's a second way of doing it. Basically, you can go to your friend, your profile here, scroll down to where your gym defenders are. Oops, your gym defenders are over here. Okay, and then look for the gym by sorting to defending. When you sort defending, all three of the gyms will appear, and then you can see where the gyms are, and then you can basically feed them. Another way is you can type defender under the storage, and then tap on the Pokemon that you want to go ahead to feed. So I'm going to go ahead to feed my Gardevoir over there. So now there you guys can see that this particular gym is actually in Malacca when Princess and I traveled over there just a few weeks ago. So now I can remote feed the Pokemon in the gym, and each feed gets me the same amount of Stardust, meaning 30 or 45 per berry fed if I have a star piece on for the 45. So go ahead, can feed 10 on the Eevee, and then after that I swap to the left, feed the Vaporeon. Okay, and then I swap to the left and feed the Flareon, and so on and so forth. Okay, so to slot your Pokemon in the gym, if you have actually slotted your Pokemon in the gym and you have a lot of berries, you have excess berries, keep on consistently drop the berries into the gym. Trust me, man, the Stardust you gain will definitely increase, because if you guys saw my amount at the start, 1.9 million berries fed, but in the course of many years, if you multiply that by about by 40, okay, not by 30 but say 40, because sometimes I have a star piece or sometimes I don't. It's supposed to be multiplied by about 37, but let's say multiply by 40 to make it easier for us to calculate. That's almost 80 million Stardust just from feeding gym alone. Alright, it is insane to think about. And there were some events that was like 2 times feed Stardust gain, if I'm not mistaken, but that was very rare. Okay, there's a lot of flying around here and there. Okay, so right now I'm already on the last Pokemon to feed. So if I were to try and feed the Leafeon, I cannot feed anymore. Okay, it's very fast. So I try and feed the Leafeon. They say I cannot feed anymore. Hang on, Chotomate. Okay, yep, see, if I try and feed the number 11th Pokemon, I cannot feed anymore. If I try to feed the Pikachu also, I cannot feed anymore. Okay, so there's 10 unique Pokemon in 30 minutes, and you can feed 10 berry each. Like I said, that is 300 Stardust per Pokemon, 3,000 Stardust per half an hour. Alright, and if you were to do that, that will be great. But of course, some of you guys might be saying, oh, Brandon, I don't have a lot of berries or whatsoever. Well, everybody's definition of having a lot of berries is very subjective. The regular berries, the one that you can get from spinning the Pokestop, like the Nut Berry, the Raspberry, and the Pineapple Berry, I actually use them all the time to feed the Pokemon in the gym. Okay, I only use the Pineapple Berry when I need to do a task, a field research task, or the time research task, or the special research task. I do not use the other berries at all to complete the task, unless I'm catching a legendary raid boss. Then I will have to use the Golden Raspberry at times, especially if it's a raid day or raid hour, I need to speed things up. I'll use the Golden Raspberry. For me, I also use the Golden Raspberry to also feed my buddied Pokemon over here. I feed once, and then after that, it will have the bottom there, the icon all maxed out. But other than that, oh, we got that over there. Okay, my Go Plus have already caught it. It's a Stardust boosted Pokemon. So as I was saying, that I only use the Golden Raspberry for that. For the Silver Pineapple Berry, I will usually have minimum 1, alright, just so that the berry tray is all in line. I don't have to like swipe or whatsoever, slide or whatsoever. Whereas the Silver Pineapple Berry, I don't usually use it for catching. I literally use it to feed the Pokemon of my buddy Pokemon. Okay, the gym wise, I normally just feed the regular berries. If my Golden Raspberries goes up to beyond 250, that's when I will start using my Golden Raspberry to feed the Pokemon in the gym also. Yeah, so that's my minimum. And of course, everybody's baseline is different. You then have to see how much item bag space is clogged up or whatsoever. If you need to clear to get more items, other items like Pokeballs or basically your potions or whatsoever, then you might have to basically do more berry dumping. Alright, berry dumping, the definition is literally throwing your berries into the gym to get yourself the Stardust and everything. I'm moving my hand a lot so that I can swipe the flies away. Alright, but anyway, hopefully this tip is useful for you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys actually do feed your Pokemon in the gym or not. It's something that is going to be really helpful in the long run, especially if you guys want to gain your Stardust and also not to waste your resources. Alright, to me, feeding a Pokemon in the gym is better than just discarding the berries. I personally do not need to use the berries to actually catch Pokemon, because fast catching without the berry is faster than throwing the berry and then doing a fast catch. Okay, but anyway, that's it from me. If you guys enjoyed this video and found this video useful, definitely remember to leave a like on the video. Be much appreciated. Thank you very much. And also share this video out with your friends, with your community, to help them with their item bag management or whatsoever. But that's it from me, man. I'll see you guys in the next episode, in the next video. There's so many flies here. Okay, oh my, going crazy already. Alright, so it's time to say goodbye. PG, come and do your attack. Come on, do attack on them, man. Yeah. They're bug type, they're gonna get hurt by a flying type. Alright, so it's time to say goodbye. So goodbye.